are many animals here in the park that we'd be very happy to get close to. They're cute and they're cuddly. There are others we might not be quite so keen to cuddle up to. In fact, some of them may leave us running from our houses. But under the threat of extinction, the work here to breed them is vital. This tiny hut is the nerve centre for an urgent breeding project. Keeper James has been charged with raising a young army of rare arachnids.
I personally love spiders. Like, literally, it's painful. That's how much I love them. And to work with such an incredible species like this is such a tremendous privilege.
Now, you might want to hide behind a cushion, because James is the park's very own Spider-Man.
I'm really, really happy to introduce our Desertas wolf spiders. This is really the first time that I've had the opportunity to work with a wolf spider, and especially the biggest species of wolf spider on the planet.
This wolf spider is on the brink of extinction. Bristol Zoo kicked off a rescue project, capturing wild adults and successfully breeding them in captivity, a world first. Now they're calling on the best spider keepers in the country to nurse their babies into adults. James is responsible for keeping 52 of them alive.
This is little Enrique. All of our spiders have names. If this is a female, who knows? Can't tell the sex just yet. They will be absolute monsters.
When fully grown, adult female Desertas wolf spiders have a huge leg span of 12 centimetres.
My mission is to get these guys as big as possible, up to maturity, as healthy as possible.
For Head of Animal Adventure, Graham, saving whopping spiders is vital work.
It comes with a lot of pressure, and it comes with a lot of responsibility as well. That they've got to try and keep these animals alive, because there isn't any in captivity. There's only a handful of collections that actually have them, and we're expected to try and rear these animals on to a good size, and you know, it could be, I suppose, the success of the species relies on some of the offspring that we have.
If James gets this right, his spiders could be released back to their natural habitat, potentially saving the wild population.
Each spiderling that I have is incredibly important to the survival of the species.
This rare species lives in the soil in one valley, in one island, called Desertas Grande, located 1,500 miles away in the eastern Atlantic.
I'm on the IUCN Red List website, just checking the conservation status.
The Global Authority on Threatened Species has determined this spider critically endangered.
Not great news for them. Actually turns out that they're more endangered than giant pandas.
Only 4,000 individuals are thought to remain, and their already tiny natural habitat is constantly getting smaller. An invasive weed is taking over the area they live in.
If something happens out on the islands of Desertas, and we lose the adults that are there, these are the only species left. The UK really is the only stronghold for this species, so it's really, really vitally important that James and the team really succeed in rearing these animals. We're hoping for success.
To get his spiders growing, James needs to feed them.
Every single day we feed all the spiders. It's a different group each day. So today is a Friday. It's Group D's lucky day. Today they're actually having some death head cockroach nymphs, so little tiny babies. We try and mix what they eat, so we switch from cockroaches to crickets, sometimes small woodlice.
In the wild they might also devour young lizards.
They're apex predators, literally top of the food chain. Nothing is going to hurt them, nothing is going to eat them, but everything else underneath it must tremble in terror, because these guys will be coming along to gobble them up.
Grabbing her prey, the young spider injects a venom which immobilizes the cockroach and turns its insides to soup.
She was nice and hungry there. pretty exciting. This one has actually molted overnight, and you can see that she's a slightly paler colour, and that's because her exoskeleton is still hardening.
Molting is a good sign.
To the untrained eye, this pot might look pretty gruesome, but this is just every single molt that we've had from our little babies. You can really see the size difference there. They molt to get bigger, basically. They have a hard exoskeleton around their body that they need to shed to be able to increase their size.
This is the first time their life cycle has been studied. James will only really know if his spiderlings are growing in the right direction by getting hands-on. We'll return as James attempts to measure them and save a species.
Ooh.